Hello everyone, Zair in One Weekly News, and look at the national and international events. Here are the headlines. Details are to be discussed shortly. 63rd anniversary of 11 December 1960 demonstrations. Message of the President of the Republic. Meeting deadlines, ultimate goal that preserves state's credibility, ambitious program. Launched to develop citizen social benefits. Atta visits Algerian stand to Expo 2023, Doha, Qatar, horticultural. UN General Assembly votes overwhelmingly in favor of Gaza ceasefire. Zionist occupation is bombing starving Palestinians in southern Gaza. Biden says Zionists starting to lose support. Houthi attacks on Zionists and Zionist-linked ships. Poland's new APM promises to push for full Western support of Ukraine. 31st Algerian Production Fair kicked off Thursday at Exhibition Palace. Fiat's new car assembly plant in Iran boosts Algerian automotive industry. Zara pulled controversial AD campaign that critics say evoked the Gaza war. Welcome to the details. President of the Republic Abdelmajid Tebboune sent on Sunday a message marking the commemoration of the 63rd anniversary of the 11 December 1960 demonstrations, as translated by APS. In the name of Allah, the Compassionate, the Merciful, prayer and peace be upon His Messenger. My fellow citizens, we are commemorating the 63rd anniversary of the demonstrations of 11 December 1960, at a time when our country is facing many challenges with a sincere and strong will. Following the completion of the institutional system, we are taking up these challenges as the state continues to deploy its efforts to build an efficient and competitive economy while improving social life and the quality of citizens' lives. To do so, exceptional efforts have been made in the process of building the new Algeria in order to make up for the difficult situations that have arisen and which society has been experiencing, while meeting the aspirations of the brave Algerian people, proud of their belonging to the land of Shuhada and faithful to the November message and to the sacrifices of generations whose glory is remembered in history. A glory is grounded by the feats of the militants and the mujahideen, fueled with the outbreak of the 1st November 1954 by their faith in victory over colonialism and its war machine, armed with destructive weapons, which excelled in the sculptured earth policy in its most brutal forms. Nevertheless, the free and resilient revolutionaries who showed resistance in the battlefield out of which they came, either victorious or martyred, were convinced that the will to live was truly stronger. The demonstrations of 11 December 1960 were a sincere expression of that will, at a time when the glorious revolution was on the verge of victory, when the voices of freedom and independence were being raised in every nook and cranny of cities calling for national independence. The President of the Republic has enshrined the true culture of the state that fulfills its commitments, delivers on its promises, and ensures its credibility with the people, as evidenced by the interest attached to meeting deadlines. Indeed, there is hardly an occasion when the President of the Republic does not stress to the government and its leaders their duty to meet deadlines in the interest of preserving credibility of the state and its image both domestically and internationally. Respecting deadlines in implementing projects and decisions is a supreme objective for the President of the Republic, and one he has never renounced since he took office. In addition to preserving the credibility of the states, it is also a question of protecting the rights of citizens and addressing their concerns, as well as protecting public funds by preventing deadlines from being exceeded and consequently increasing the cost of projects. The Speaker of the People's National Assembly, Lower House of Parliament, Brahim Boughali, underscored Monday from the Argentina capital, Buenos Aires, that the demonstrations of 11 December 1960 were a blow to all views against the principle to have absolute freedom and sovereignty, the Lower House of Parliament said in a statement. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and National Community Abroad, Ahmed Attaf, visited the Algerian stand of the Expo Doha 2023, Doha, Qatar, horticultural. on the sidelines of the participation in the Doha Forum as representative of the President of the Republic, a statement from the ministry said on Monday. And in DJAZAIR, we see the 193-member United Nations General Assembly has voted overwhelmingly in favor of resolution calling for a humanitarian ceasefire in war-torn Gaza. Tuesday's resolutions passed with 153 countries voting in favor, 23 abstaining, and 10 countries voting against, including Zionist entity and the USA. While the resolution is non-binding, it serves as an indicator of global opinion. The World Health Organization says only 11 or less than a third of Gaza's hospitals remain partially functional and pleaded for them to remain intact. In just 66 days, the health system has gone from 36 functional hospitals to 11 partially functional hospitals, 1 in the north and 10 in the south. Rick Peppercorn, WHO representative for the occupied Palestinian territories, told the UN press briefly in a video link from Gaza. Health Ministry in Gaza says Zionist forces have entered Kamal Adwan Hospital after besieging it and shelling it for days. At least 18,600 Palestinians have been killed in Zionist attacks since October 7th. President Biden adds that PM Netanyahu needs to change its far-right government. Yemen Houthis have carried out a military operation against the Norwegian commercial tanker, promising to block any ships head into Zionist ports until Zionists allow the entry of food and medical aid into Gaza. Since October, the Houthis have acted on 5 occasions. On October 31st, Houthis said they launched a large number of ballistic missiles and drones towards Zionists and warned they would carry out more attacks until the Zionist aggression stops. On November 19, the group announced it hijacked a cargo ship in the Red Sea, which it said was owned by Zionists. On the same day, the Houthis announced they would target any Zionist-owned vessel. On December 3rd, the Houthis targeted 2 Zionist ships in the Bab el-Mandeb Strait. On December 10th, a French frigate said it shot down 2 drones over the Red Sea that were believed to be approaching from the coast of Yemen. On December 11th, a source in the Houthi group said that it could divert the destination of 2 ships after sending them a warning. Donald Tusk says Poland will regain leadership position in Europe and will be a strong part of NATO. Donald Tusk, Poland's newly elected prime minister, has pledged to win full Western support of Ukraine. Tusk spoke to Parliament ahead of a confidence vote on Tuesday after its election victory, which paved the way for a new pro-EU government after 8 years Justice Party, which had engaged in repeated disputes between Brussels. Italian company Fiat, a subsidiary of the Stellantis Group, inaugurated the car assembly plant in Oran, Western Algeria on Monday, with an initial production capacity of 15,000 vehicles per year across 4 models. Carlos Tavares, the CEO of the Stellantis Group, affirmed during the opening ceremony, "We completed the factory in record time. 1 year with a production capacity of up to 90,000 vehicles per year, demonstrating our confidence in the Algerian market." Zara has pulled an advertising campaign that provoked a backlash from people decrying what they said was a resemblance to scenes of death and destruction in Gaza. The advertising images for a line of jackets posted earlier this month to Gaza's official social media channels featured rubble ripped plaster and mannequins wrapped in plastic. One picture showed the model holding a mannequin reminiscent of a corpse. The photograph of the model holding the swaddled mannequin had been removed from Zara's official Instagram and X accounts by Monday morning, but their images from the campaign remained visible for much of the day. By Tuesday morning, all the images had disappeared from the firm's website and social media accounts. We wrap up by these pictures of some Algerian firms from the 31st edition of the Algerian Production Fair, FPA, which opened its doors on Thursday at the Exhibition Palace, Pain Maritime in Algiers, with the participation of 565 exhibitors according to press release issued Tuesday by Algerian Fairs of Exhibition Company Safex. That's all for today. It's a pleasure knowing you're following and supporting us. See you all next week. Have a relaxing and pleasant weekend. Goodbye.